Some people call me a bad apple. Yeah, I may be bruised, but I still taste sweet. Some people call me a bad apple, but I may be the sweetest apple on the tree.
Welcome to the Cage Against the Machine podcast. I am your host, Adam Harvin. Today's guest, Jeremy Beck.
Jeremy Beck, everybody. Hello again.
All right. Today we are watching the 2006 film World Trade Center. Today is 9/11.
9/11.
To honor the victims and heroes of 9/11, we are going to watch World Trade Center, starring, of course, Nick Cage. It is a PG-13 historic drama. It showed it was on Netflix. I couldn't find it on Netflix, but it is free on YouTube right now with ads. So if you want to get it synced up, I'll give you a 10 count and we'll get it started. But before that, a word from our sponsors.
Mr. Cage, can we have your autograph?
All right. So, you're twins.
No, we're triplets.
Triplets? I'm on my way, Japan. Pachinko maker Sanko.
All right, and we're back. And 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Boom. Hopefully that'll sync it up close enough.
Yeah, so you're watching this on YouTube. You're not watching or sharing the videos of the Taliban dancing to Drake. Thought that was a little
or the bumper cars.
Crazy that people were sharing that all over Facebook.
And apparently the dude from the helicopter was on a harness. All the fact checkers wanted to make sure that it wasn't a dude being hung. It was it was a dude on a harness.
Yeah, being rescued, I guess, or whatever, evacuated.
They were just it wasn't. They were just stunting in a helicopter.
Oh, okay. Oh, you're talking about the Taliban.
Yeah, the Taliban was flying a Black Hawk with a dude on a rope underneath it.
Okay.
And everybody thought it was a guy that they hung, but it was a guy just hanging from a harness, just goofing off.
No, I just saw everybody.
They're doing X Game shits with our Black Hawks.
All right, 3:40 a.m., 9/11. What were you doing?
Probably asleep.
Yeah, me too. I was 10 years old.
So you were 10?
Oh, wait. Yeah, no, I was 10.
So
Pretty sure I was in 5th grade.
You were in the 5th grade?
Yeah,
Okay.
I remember my teacher stopping class. Pretty sure we all went home. Everybody's parents came home from work.
Yeah. Nick Cage in the shower, ladies. Yep. That one's for you.
They can't miss that in a movie. Not in any movie. Doesn't always happen to be in the shower though. Oh, we got a stash.
Yeah, I got a sweet mustache.
Yeah.
And
so these are officers. Are they fire department officers? Or?
No, I think he's a Port Authority officer.
Port Authority, that's correct. When I looked it up, that's what it said. I'm not entirely sure what that means. Port Authority, but this is New York.
Yeah, I was about to say. I think they have a lot of pool around New York.
PD is police department, though, right? Like Port Authority Police Department.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's so you were in the 5th grade.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I learned about it after everybody else because I was in the 8th grade and first period is football practice. So we came into second period and everybody's crying and watching TV. And we're like, what the hell's going on?
No one radioed the coach or anything?
No, we were all like...
Yeah, I was in math class, and I remember they put it on the TV before the second plane hit, so we saw that, which I don't think they wanted us to see, but they were just like, look at what already happened.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that...
There they are.
Yep. So... Apparently in this, at some point, we'll see there's a poster of Zoolander in the background. And Zoolander was actually released in 2001. And they digitally removed the Twin Towers from the movie. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Well, I don't know why they would do that. But they digitally removed them from Zoolander.
Well, I think there is a legal thing about it.
There is, yeah. So this... a lot of this, anything filmed where they're looking up at the Twin Tower or anything is actually shot in L.A. Almost. New York has a prohibition thing about filming around the World Trade Center.
Right, and I think that might have probably affected the Zoolander thing, even though it hadn't come out yet or whatever,
Right,
or it hadn't happened yet. I think that they knew
I see what you're saying. They had that, yeah. They had to do it for legal
By trading
purposes.
places.
Yeah.
Classic.
Yeah, shit, I already forgot that dude's name, but he's in all kinds of stuff now.
Yeah, I've literally never even heard of this being a movie, so...
Really?
Yeah, like Nick Cage.
Dude,
doing a 9/11 film.
I keep finding Nick Cage movies and I'm like, holy shit. I get so excited to watch them.
Kobe was like, what is there, like 50 movies?
Oh, dude. So we need to watch Sonny at some point because it's Nick Cage's directorial debut. He's the director on that movie, Sonny.
And he acts in it, or he just directs?
He has parts in it, but what's his name that just got canceled a while back is what's the guy from The Interview? Not Seth Rogen, but the other one.
James Franco?
Yeah, Franco.
He got canceled?
Yeah, he got canceled.
Oh, okay.
He's getting a little
That's
fine. He teaches an acting class and he's doing a lot of sex scenes with the ladies.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But
That sounds...
yeah, so he's the star
100%.
in the movie Sonny that Nick Cage directs. And I think Nick Cage's brothers are involved in it too, so it's probably awesome. There's Michael Pena.
Michael Pena, he looks familiar.
He's in that Netflix movie where the people come back from the future and fight the alien or fight the AI. Forget the name of that one, and then he's in Chips, which I love Chips with Dak Shepard. He's in all kinds of stuff now.
Was he in the Marvel movies related to the Ant-Man?
Ant-Man, yeah, he's in Ant-Man.
Yeah. That's what I like him in. I've seen him in. He's real funny, and I like funny.
He's hilarious in Chips. They make him a sex addict in Chips. It's fucking, it's hilarious. There's also a pretty funny locker room scene like this where he's a police officer in Chips.
Guess the locker room's a fun place.
Yeah.
At the police department.
A lot of homoerotic shit going on in there.
It's just your regular old gym with guns.
I gotta look up his name before I... I'm gonna get annoyed. I'm gonna say it's Michael something. I think that's Jake Hernandez.
On the way out of Rhode Island. We got a bus coming in this morning. As always, protect yourselves.
So what's your favorite part of the 9/11 conspiracy runs?
All right. Here we go. We got an ad coming.
Perfect.
Yeah. But so, like I said, I was in the 8th grade, and I was doing I was doing a class called Exploring Industrial Technologies, and we had a flight simulator in there. And this started off conspiracies for me in like the 8th grade because I was starting to learn a little bit about airplanes and stuff like that doing the flight simulator. And when the planes first crashed in the building, they were like, well, we'll know more when we recover the black boxes from the planes. And they're made to withstand a crash and all this stuff. So we'll know more when that happens. And days go by and they can't find the black boxes anywhere. But then somebody finds one of the terrorists' passport just laying on the ground. And you're like, they can't find a black box. And they're thinking that they didn't survive the crash. But somehow the terrorist passport survives the crash and is just laying on the sidewalk somewhere.
Yeah, no, for sure.
And you're like, something don't sound right there. So that was like the start of it for me, where I was just like, all right, something's fishy around this thing. But then there's all, I mean, as far as conspiracy goes, not like there's a lot of freaking stupid ones around it. But if you watch the Ryan Dawson version, like documentary on YouTube, his goes really deep into the Israeli art students, and what is it, like the dancing Israelis and stuff after all the people that were cheering when the planes were hitting and stuff like that. And apparently there was like a van that was trying to leave the city, that the guys actually got arrested, but nobody really knows what happened to them or something. So, there's a lot of he goes deep into it, and then of course into Tower 7, which I doubt we get into at all in here. But yeah, I mean that's for me being an economics nerd, the Tower 7 part and the missing. So the day before this, $2 trillion goes missing, and
is that Punisher?
Yep, it is.
That's awesome. So great.
Bernthal or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, so they're going to keep doing all these allusions to showing it, but you're never going to actually see it, which is fine. I just was wondering about that. But yeah, so that with the Tower 7 and then I guess the Pentagon hit. I think it's crazy that I've been hearing about all these conspiracies since it happened, and then now we've got the whole Epstein and that whole like thing going on, and it's related back to 9/11 now too. And some people, like that's what some of the Tower 7 and Pentagon hit is supposed to be. Is like deleted all this evidence or destroyed this evidence. The Pentagon,
where they say it hit the accounting office, where Donald Rumsfeld announced the day before 9/11 on 9/10 that $2.3 trillion was missing from the Pentagon's budget, and they didn't know where it went. Which, I mean, that's happened multiple times. I think we're up to like $21 trillion in adjustments for the Federal Reserve.
Right, just missing money.
Yeah, like they have to like make adjustments to their books because we can't account for where that money went. That dude's all.
Yeah.
The guy from The Longest Yard. Okay. But yeah, the missing money, the Pentagon's weird. They definitely shot down United 93.
All right, it's time to start the Twin Towers.
You think that one?
We've seen it on screen in the background.
Yeah.
That worked. Perfect.
But yeah, they say like United 93 is like scattered out over a bunch of miles. Like they say there was no way that it hit the ground.
What's crazy is like, well, crazy maybe not, but like when I think of this event, I don't even really think about this. I think about like my dad going overseas and being on base in Saudi Arabia. And he would call into one of my classes. I was still in the 5th grade, and he would call into my class and like tell us about what it's like over there.
When you were in the 5th grade when this happened? Oh, really?
Well, it was after this happened that he got sent over there. I was still in the 5th grade because this was just September. It was the beginning of the school year. But he calls in to my class and my sister's class. My sister was a year younger than me. Yeah. And he's like telling us what it's like over there. And then one day he calls and he's like, yeah, last night we had dudes outside the base driving around, shooting guns, flying a Saddam Hussein flag and all this. And I'm just like sitting in class for everyone else. This is like interesting wartime stuff. And I'm like, that's my dad over there, you know?
Yeah.
Like, that's what I think about.
And was he in the military or was he?
Yeah, he's been in the military forever.
Yeah.
Whatever year Biloxi Blues came out, like, that old like late 80s or early 90s movie, he was stationed, he was still young and like probably in training or something, but here at Fort Chaffee, that's how he got onto that movie.
Yeah, my older brother enlisted the year, I guess, in 2002. So and he's still in the Air Force, so.
Yeah, that's what my dad... Well, he was in the Air Force, and then he was in the National Guard when I was alive. He was in the Air Force before that. But National Guard was still sending people over there.
Yeah, I wanted to go into the Army, and I was getting recruitment letters for track. I'm good. I was getting recruitment letters for track to go to the Army, so that was cool. But I had a friggin' deformed leg and shoulder already, so I probably wouldn't have passed the physical.
Just from football, and
I had shattered my leg in football, and then separated my shoulder and racing arena cross, and my right shoulder's got a big calcium buildup from where I separated it, and then my right leg grew back weird.
So did you just see what happened just there? So only one guy on that bus had a cell phone because this is 2001.
Yeah.
And I was just thinking
the
about
flip
that
phone,
earlier about how like media now is just all technology.
Yeah.
But if you look at old shit, like they can't communicate unless they're near a phone or whatever. Like there's no internet.
Yeah.
But even here in 2001, there's just one guy on that bus with a cell phone.
Yeah, I think I took over my brother's cell phone when he went to basic training in 2002. I had like a Samsung flip phone. My parents were freaking out because they were like, tell people to quit texting you. It's 10 cents every time you get a damn text.
Yeah, for real.
It's like, why don't they just call you? I don't know. I'm not texting them back. Fuck.
We're trying to make this the new thing.
Yeah, now that's all you do. So they at one point we may have already missed it, but a fire truck 55 goes by, and the actor Steve Buscemi was a firefighter before he became an actor, and when this happened, he comes back and helps clear rubble and stuff like that. So works at his old fire station. Nick Cage looking lean in this movie. Mm-hmm. I bet he's getting ready. Is this around the time of Ghost Rider?
That's what I was going to ask. Is like, when did this come out too?
It's this 2006 is when it came out.
5 years after.
So I don't know how close this is to Ghost Rider, but he got in shape for Ghost Rider. They still CGI his abs in Ghost Rider.
Put in all that work, they're going to see.
He got pretty lean, but they give him a little boost with the CGI.
Mm-hmm. I can't even imagine.
Yeah, so all this right here is probably shot in LA. Yeah, like all the, and they brought in like actual, I think like 50 actual police and firemen from New York to be in the movie. They flew them to LA.
Oh shit!
Holy shit!
Yeah, fuck. I was wondering if that was gonna come out.
I wonder if that's actual footage or.
I doubt. I mean, surely they don't have the rights to put in action. But that's a documentary.
I know.
Like this is just a movie from Hollywood.
Well, they do that sometimes too. I watched one on Zach and Miko's Spook Show where it's a horror movie, but they show a dude like gutting a rabbit from a documentary. Like they cut to the documentary film, but the dude's like gutting a rabbit in it, and it's pretty graphic. And of course, Nick Cage went to New York to practice his accent for this one.
Damn, dog. What do you know what a Scott pack is? I'm not sure what that lingo is.
No, I'm not sure what he's talking about.
I feel like it's maybe like a trauma kit or something if they're going in to do rescue.
Yeah.
Why are you walking like that? Like, why is he walking like he's got a limp
I
right
think
now?
they're trying to see if they're going to get hit in the head with something.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So, like, I figure this movie's going to completely ignore Tower 7.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't finished the documentary, the new documentary. Does it mention it at all?
I don't know. I haven't watched the documentary yet.
I think there's two. I think there's one on Hulu, too. It's going to be like the Fire Festival one where Fuck Jerry makes their own documentary and then like on Hulu, and then Netflix makes a different one.
I didn't know they made 2 documentaries on that Fire Festival.
They did. Well, one of them looked pretty bad for the Fuck Jerry guys. And then they made their own documentary, apparently, trying to put it more on that one dude.
Right.
Billy or whatever the fuck his name was.
See, I heard about that one. I didn't hear about the other one.
They came out like the same damn time, pretty much.
Maybe they faked the thing so they can make money on these 2 documentaries.
Well, yeah, I don't know. I think they all lost a shitload of money, and that dude went to jail.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. And I think right as he got out of jail, he got arrested again for running another scam. I think he just convinces rich people that he's got a good idea and fucking they lend him money. Just got a cart full of oxygen. So, speaking of conspiracies, this is directed by Oliver Stone, and but the first choice for let's see, what's John McLaughlin? I guess is the guy that Nick Cage is playing.
Oh yeah.
But Mel Gibson, I think, was the first choice, and he turned it down to do Apocalypto, and then John Travolta was the next choice. John Travolta turned it down because he had just done Ladder 49, which he said was, I guess, too similar to this. And then the Oliver Stone wanted Kevin Costner, but the studio was afraid that it would turn into JFK and get a little too conspiracy theory. And there's the Punisher.
I love it because I know he's in the military for sure, but wasn't he a cop, Punisher, at some point? I know he was in the military for sure, and he's from New York. I know that as well.
I didn't pay close. I watched the TV show, but I didn't really pay close attention. But yeah, I think Castle, Frank Castle or whatever.
He was
a cop.
Military.
Yeah, he was in the cop. He was a cop too.
I love it. Because this is what happens. This is how he becomes the Punisher right now.
Because doesn't he like drag in the movie? He like drags his tombstone and puts it at the police station. John Travolta's also in that one. As a bad guy, John Travolta's a good bad guy.
His face looks so like sharp enough. Like even when he was younger, it did, but like now.
What's that? From Paris with Love or whatever is. He's a bad dude in that one. That's pretty good too.
Who's the main in that?
Don't remember who the.
Is it like a James Bond style movie or?
Not really. It's more. I mean, it kind of is, but it's more like terrorist and shit. Like it's more of just a straight action movie. So I'm too old for this shit. Black guy in blackface. It's fucked up. So they're all kind of calm right now.
Yeah. I thought this was gonna be like a horror movie. He turns around, there's like something sticking out his back.
Yeah.
Everybody fucked up. So I guess the oxygen is for anybody they find up there, as well as them.
Yeah, that documentary's messed up. Like, there's people calling in, like calling 911, and they are like saying what floor they're on. They're like, we're on the 100th floor, and they're like, I guess the plane hit at like 90 or something. And there's no way for them to get down. Like, it's pretty bad phone calls.
For sure.
And you can tell the 911 operators are just like, don't really know what to say. They didn't really get into. Okay, is the second plane hadn't hit yet, has it?
I don't know. I thought they said Tower 2's been hit.
Boom! There it goes.
Yeah. Start moving.
Yeah, tower. I don't know if it just got hit or just collapsed. I guess it collapsed. I think 2 got hit. It got hit second, but it collapsed first.
Fucking Jesus.
And that sucks. That's being trapped like that is just. Have you ever heard this? I forgot what it was from, but there was a story where the dude was like, I guess he bit the shit out of his finger and was trapped for like days under there and was just surviving off his blood somehow, just like drinking his blood. I don't know if that actually works, but that's a story that I remember from a TV show. Mm-hmm. Oh man, I would freak out. Mm-hmm. I'm getting claustrophobic just watching that. There's another movie like that where like most of the movie they're trapped in a building like that. I can't think of what movie it is though. Oh, that sucks. Which all this here was shot in LA. And they're under the rubble and everything. They had to build this. Oh. I'm a little confused on what. Just so Tower 2 fell and trapped them?
Mm-hmm. I guess they were organizing the evacuation through Tower 2 for some reason out of Tower 1. And I guess, there's a lot of people in Tower 2 anyway.
Okay, yeah.
So they were probably just trying to get everybody out.
Right. Okay, yeah, they're in between them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Whatever 5 is, whatever building 5 is. Oh, the Twin Towers are probably connected on the lower floors. Okay, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, that's what he pointed out earlier. Like 5 was where the police base was, or yeah. Yeah. So the IMDb rating on this was 5.9 out of 10. It's pretty good for a Nick Cage movie. It broke the 5 mark.
I wouldn't imagine a 9/11 film getting a great score anyway.
I was about to say,
just in general.
Yeah. And then Rotten Tomatoes was 67% with an audience score of 60%. And it's funny you should mention that because this movie got I guess it's called a Yoga Award, which is it's a foreign film critic award, and it's kind of like our Razzies. Mm-hmm. So it got the worst foreign film award. But it did get nominated for like 12 awards, and none of them like major ones, but I think it's like Hollywood film something. It won for Andrea Berloff won for the best female writer. And I think Oliver Stone got nominated for some awards for it. Which Oliver Stone does the best historical movies. I mean, like Saving Private Ryan, JFK, like. Nick Cage series.
For real.
I mean, just doing the acting in this movie would suck. Mm-hmm. You're going to have to lay under this rock for hours.
You think he's fake lifting, or like that shit's probably really pretty heavy?
I doubt it's that heavy. Yeah. They're probably using some. At least that one part on there's got to be some fake concrete.
Mm-hmm.
Now, here's a good defense for why cops should be allowed to use steroids.
No.
Oh, no. And it's getting worse. Oh, even worse. It's gonna be rough. Yeah, I can see if you're claustrophobic, this movie would be a big problem.
So at least one of them is still alive. Oh wait, no. That was the one trying to help him. Yeah.
I was hoping it would get into the. Which I guess that documentary, from what little bit I've watched of it, they get into like the where they scrambled the jets and all that stuff and the confusion. And then the conspiracy theory thing is that Dick Cheney tells the jets to stand down when they're headed to intercept the other, the other planes.
Oh, shit.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Wait, what was that? Why did he fire? Did he die before he shot himself? Or before he tried to shoot himself?
Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe I don't know.
They did that. There's a new. Have you seen that new sci-fi movie with Bruce Willis? And God damn it, Frank Grillo. It's on Netflix. Frank Grillo's in all kinds of new sci-fi time travel shit. He's like the new action hero for all that shit, I guess. But yeah, there's a part in that where the girl just really quickly shoots herself. It's like aliens come, but they're like zombie aliens that infect people. And as soon as she gets infected, she's like, all right.
No chance for a cure.
Yeah.
No coming back.
Not even gonna give it a minute. As you can see, as the conspiracy goes, that was all cut with thermite right there. That's one of the big ones, is the steel melting.
Right.
And then the debunkers say that the thermite's from when they were cutting it afterwards, not when it fell. But then there's all kinds of weird shit. Like, so the owner of the building that got the payout for insurance,
Oh, wow.
sued the insurance company to make it 2 claims because there's 2 planes.
Oh, my God.
And, yeah.
Wow.
And then the guy that designed the World Trade Center seems a little kooky, but he said when they were designing it, they asked him for designs like, how would you bring this building down?
Yeah, of course they do, though. Like,
Yeah.
That's definitely what they do.
Yeah.
Now I've got the whole world watching America.
Yeah. Yeah, so they screw up and show Hong Kong, and it's clearly daytime in Hong Kong, which it would be nighttime when it happened. There's Saddam right there.
Shit. He's like, damn, this doesn't look good for me. I was about to say, was that Joey Diaz?
That would be hilarious. That looks
Yeah.
like Patton Oswalt, kind of. And that's Maggie Gyllenhaal, which I hate. That's one of the newer Batmans. Is my biggest problem is when they replace what's the Kate Holmes with her between the first and the second one. It's like, I hate it when they do that, when they switch an actor to play the same exact character. And it's
Was
like,
she playing the same character?
Yeah.
Okay. I just know Batman's had a few girlfriends over the years, and I
I'm
figured
pretty
they
sure.
just switched it.
I was about to say, I'm pretty sure. Whoa, shit,
Oh,
she's
yeah.
pregnant too.
Better chill out.
The dude's a pretty good character actor. Mm-hmm. Trying to think of what I've seen him in.
Oh, okay, so that's this. And that's her brother.
Those are probably real movie clips there. Oh, news clips. Yeah, just I guess the amount of people that have like freaking lung problems from ingesting all that concrete and jet fuel. I guess that's what Jon Stewart was talking to Congress about a while back. I guess it was last year or the year before, I think.
Jon Stewart, not just the Daily Show.
Yeah, going after
He's for real. The man.
Going after the government.
What that is crazy about the second hit too is after the first hit, like there wouldn't have been necessarily all this different footage of that, but then everybody was recording. Yeah. Everybody was some people on personal recorders, just everybody. What's in 93?
There was a World Trade Center bomb in a van that went off in the car park underneath.
Who was that?
I think it might have been Al Qaeda again in there. I don't.
Because it's not like this is the first time we've occupied.
I mean, we're guilty of training most of those assholes. So
yeah.
Well, there's I've seen the thing. So one of the reasons that we were so adamant that they had weapons of mass destruction in Iraq or in Afghanistan and stuff, because we tried to sell chemical weapons to Osama bin Laden in the 80s when he was fighting Russia, but it was against the Geneva Conventions. So what we did was we sell them the blueprints to the shit. Like we teach them how to do it, sell them the blueprints, and sell them some of the stuff that's required to make it. But they never actually followed through on it. But we were trying to help them use that shit against the Russians. That's why our government was so adamant that, like, yeah, sure, they got that stuff. I'm sure they made it after we taught them how. And I guess that's a deal too. Like China's saying that the Uyghur Muslims that they have in camps and stuff like that, there's factions within that group that were trained, in the 80s by us to fight against Russia, and they ended up over in China causing problems over there. So
Cold War strikes again.
Yeah.
Cold War II. Here we go, baby.
Well, yeah, I was going to say China kind of blames us for the terrorists that are Uyghur Muslims over there that they're keeping in camps now. So who knows what the truth is there, but it does kind of make sense that some of them would make their way over there.
Okay, you can keep this running.
Okay. I have a feeling they're going to be trapped down there for most of this movie.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. I can see how that doesn't make for a lot of award nominations.
Yeah.
Just as a idea for a film.
Especially since they got trapped so early in the movie. Oh yeah. It's always funny when big actors bring up other actors. talking about G.I. Jane. And then she says, "Suck my dick, sir." Oh, that's a good movie. Completely ridiculous, but yeah, it's a good movie.
I thought for sure he was going to do the suck my dick ceremony.
Oh, shit.
Oh, what? What? Okay, so it's falling. I don't know why.
Yeah.
In my head,
Yeah,
it was like
coming
going
sideways,
over him. Yeah.
Nick Cage scream. I mean, this is the most legit scream, though, I've ever Oh, that sucks. Like, his leg's burning. You can't do shit about it.
Man, it's not good. He's laying on that oxygen tank, too.
Dude, I was strapped to a backboard for hours in the hospital one time waiting for a damn CAT scan machine to come open. And I was so pissed off. It's just laying on that damn plastic flat board strapped down for so long, for like 4 or 5 hours.
Oh, what the?
Oh, fuck. Gun's just going off. I never even heard of that happening.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
And yeah, that was like 8 shots. A cop's gun.
He's straight up just like, I can't believe this is happening.
And they would all go off one at a time if they were going to go off, you know? That doesn't make sense.
Again, just laying on this oxygen tank while all this is going on.
Yeah.
Now
There's
they're
United
covering the
93.
other ones, yeah. He's got his cell phone.
So there was apparently on United 93, one of the I guess it was before TSA, but one of the security officers at the airport stopped a guy from getting on the plane, and it was one of the terrorists. They were one short on United 93, and it was like supposed to be a guy that's in charge of crowd control or whatever. So
That's crazy.
they had one. They were one terrorist
How are they
short.
going to stop one guy and not stop the plane from even going in the air? Like, they caught a terrorist and were just like, we'll just let the rest of everybody fly.
There was a guy that was like, when he was going through screening or whatever, the security guard was like, this dude's acting weird. And then I think he answered some of the questions weird and stuff like that, and he held him from getting on the plane. So it was.
Oh, he didn't necessarily like, this guy's a terrorist.
Yeah, they didn't like straight up stop and just, like, they didn't know, but they were like, hey, we're not letting you on the plane because you're acting weird and shit.
Oh shit.
Yeah, he's a good bad guy too.
Hunt down. Why was that in quotes?
What was that movie that everybody loved? Something water. Oh god.
The color of water or something? The sound of water?
Yeah, he was the bad guy in that one.
Oh. I didn't even know there was a bad guy in that movie.
Is it? Yeah, was it the guy trying to stop him?
I don't know. I've never seen it. It just seemed like a nice movie. I don't know,
No, it's kind of weird, and especially at the end, has some action at the end.
Check it out.
No, it's about like they find this creature in the Amazon that's supposed to be like a god.
Oh, really?
They capture it.
I thought it was like a fish person or something.
It is like a humanoid fish, but it's like supposedly some deity.
That's cool.
So there's also, I don't know if it's still on Netflix or not, but there was a documentary called The Good Americans. And it's about I think it's two guys created this software that, so like I guess back in 2000, 2001, we were already like collecting everybody's data and phones and stuff like that, but we didn't have any way to filter it, so it was just a bunch of noise. And they came up with this software that was really good at detecting stuff like that. And I think it's been a long time since I watched it, but I think they actually caught some early warning signs that these guys were in the country and shit like that. But they didn't get awarded the government contract. They awarded somebody that had a shittier software program but had connections. Right. And that could very well be where the Epstein connections come in, because what's her name? Ghislaine Maxwell. That's what her sisters do, sell software like that to governments. That's the intelligence software and stuff like that. That's what they do. So that I don't know if that's where the connection is, but yeah,
Well, as far as the financial records and stuff being destroyed, that's what I had been led to believe, was that some of those financial records were like basically, you know,
they hit the two buildings,
plane trips to whoever Epstein's Island and shit like that, and like evidence that they had been traveling around being taken apart in this worldwide pedophile thing.
The missing 2.3 trillion and the records for that, and the Pentagon got destroyed, and they hit like the perfect spot in the Pentagon for those to be destroyed.
Why are they putting...
They really missed the opportunity in getting what's his name in here from the league? What the fuck's his name?
The lead guy or Nick Kroll?
No, Steve Renazizi. So Steve Renazizi, like, he was in New York when 9/11 happened or whatever, but somebody assumed that he was in the Twin Towers or something, and he just went with it. And then later on, he got busted for not actually being in the Twin Towers. So like, it's a big like he had to go apologize.
For sure.
Yeah, because
I do remember hearing about that.
Yeah, but if they would have just randomly put him in this movie at some point, it would have been a nice. Oh, I mean, I guess you don't really put comic relief in this movie, but that has to be like happen a shitload. Where people were like, "Yeah, I was like," they were in New York. They're like, "Yeah, I was right next door."
Yeah, I was just sitting in 5th grade math class, hated my teacher. Hated that class, and then the class got stopped, so I don't know, it was weird. It was definitely weird.
Yeah, because at that point, I mean, when you're that young, you have no idea like why people would do that.
Like I said, all I knew was my dad had to go somewhere that wasn't safe.
Yeah. Yeah, I think my older brother was in Turkey when there was like that coup and shit happened. When the military tried to take over the president.
In Turkey?
Yeah. There was an attempted coup while he was there.
Yeah, Hussein was still alive when my dad was there. And his supporters, I guess, were the ones. I just wish, he had told me like personally beforehand, or not just in the middle of class, but like, yeah, we had some people just shooting guns, blah blah, and I'm just like, what?
Yeah, I had an uncle so I've got all kinds of cousins and uncles and stuff like that were in the military because I have such a huge family. But my uncle, I guess he was in Iraq, but he was a surgeon's assistant, I think. But he got shot while he was on a convoy, but I think his vest caught it, so he didn't get hurt or anything, but definitely got hit.
Yeah.
That's got to be scary as shit. And I did, at this time, I was big into racing motocross, and one of my friends that raced motocross was an accountant, and I guess he had like 2 friends that were in the World Trade Center, and he was there like 2 weeks before it happened. It's like, oh shit.
They don't know this about each other already?
Sitting there. He said that weird. Weird names.
I think he's supposed to be in pain or something, but yeah.
Concrete on his chest. So these two are in Gone in 60 Seconds together as well.
That's a weird movie.
That's one of my favorite Nick Cage movies just because it has so many badass cars. Yeah, there are some ridiculous conspiracy theories with like the holograms hit the plane or hit the World Trade Center, like holograms. Like with the,
I didn't even heard that one.
Oh yeah, they think that the planes were holograms.
I
and
didn't
that
get
bombs.
too far into it once they get to like what is it, lizard people and shit. That part of the government. And
yeah,
it's like, no, I definitely believe the government did it, but I don't know if they're lizards.
I think they just allowed it to happen.
Yeah.
Especially since it's our allies in Saudi Arabia that paid for. I mean, they hid that the fact that they were, all the funding came from rich people in Saudi Arabia for so long, and it's like all the redacted parts in the 9/11 report.
Did you ever see the Sacha Baron Cohen series, The Spy?
Mm-mm.
You ought to watch that. It's
really
true story. Israeli spy. He meets Bin Laden's dad. Yeah, so it literally like a little kid runs by and the dad like says, he's like, Osama. Like it's that's kind of funny, to be honest. How they did that. But it is an extremely serious series. Like,
oh really?
You wouldn't expect it from Sacha Baron Cohen, but it's really good.
Yeah, have you heard that story where they were filming in, I think, Las Vegas or something, and he was joking around like in costume and stuff and was asking the hotel liaison dude about underage children or some shit, really? And they like legit answered him back, and he was like turned them in.
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah.
He was in Fort Smith.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, that's the craziest thing. If you're watching and you're not from Fort Smith, we're from Fort Smith, Arkansas.
Straight Dave's man slamming.
Yeah.
Is that
like the end of Borat? Yeah.
Yeah, that's our town. I still would like to defend Fort Smith and say that those are mostly people from Oklahoma there.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
We are a border town, and I would like to blame that on people from Oklahoma mostly. Because it was weird because they didn't advertise that or anything. I don't know where like how that happened. Because I was in MMA at that time, and I was trying to find fights, and then when I found out about it, because my cousin was there, and I was like, hey, why the hell am I not fighting in this? And then when I found out what it was, I was like, oh, I'm glad I wasn't fighting on that. Because I think they said like the first few fights were real.
I bet they were, but I bet the fighters knew, like, maybe. That something was
I think
going
they
on.
actually paid real fighters to fight for the first couple.
for sure. But I think they probably still knew
the
that
ones,
it was like a weird
I think
event.
as it got closer to them making out in the ring, I think those guys knew more about it. Yeah, because they like straight up interrupt a fight. I think. But my cousin was like, yeah, they were giving everybody like free drinks and getting and making it, dragging it out real long so everybody would drink a shitload.
He'll probably be mad at how long it's going.
Yeah.
Not a fan of those extras.
Yeah. Yeah, like they were only allowed to like film the scenes where they're like approaching the building and stuff like that in New York, but like anything where they were looking at destruction of the Twin Towers or whatever had to be shot in LA.
Man, that's some dirty water.
Did you watch that one that I was telling you about where they faked the moon landing?
No, I haven't watched it yet.
What was the name of that one? That shit was good.
What was that one on Hulu or? It's on Netflix or Amazon.
I think it was Amazon Prime.
Okay.
It's Project something, I think.
And no, I do need to watch that.
Yeah, it was so damn good.
I got all day off tomorrow, and tonight I'm just going to be having my baby. Can show her some conspiracy documentaries.
She would be drawing in kindergarten. This is where they faked the moon landing. But like, yeah, if you like conspiracies and then it mixes with the film world a little bit, so you're like, oh, that's so cool. And what is it, the place in LA where they faked the Air Force had a freaking film studio in I forget where it is, but like out in LA they had like a film studio where they like made all kinds of shit.
Fake news.
Yeah, who knows what was actually
fake secret
yeah,
documents.
who knows what all was like. We make fun of Kim Jong-un for fucking making all his own movies and propaganda in North Korea, but who knows how much we've done here. But yeah, the Ron Dawson, I think that's his name, documentary on YouTube is probably the most in-depth one about the legit side of the conspiracy theories around 9/11. Because I think it's like there was because like the weeks coming up to 9/11, supposedly there's like weird contractors and stuff like there in the building, in and out of the building. Nick Cage praying at the Lord's Prayer is kind of disturbing.
He's talking about girl. Well, I guess his family in general. It seemed like he mentioned a few girls' names, but he's probably got kids too. Thought he was going through the thong song list.
Oh, now we're flashing back.
No, it's gotta be next day. No? Or he's dreaming or something?
What the fuck is this?
Yeah, he's dreaming. No. What? 9/11 never even happened.
Groundhog Day.
Maybe he thought himself into the afterlife for just a second.
Yeah.
And he was like, wait, I'm not dead.
I've told you about that movie Mortars, didn't I? Where they were like, or Martyrs or whatever. Yeah, where they're torturing people.
Mm-hmm.
That's some wild shit.
Yeah, shit isn't. He was just like telling him like, you did the right thing, like even though we're all dead. Like,
Yeah.
oh, that's all she said. Hello.
You know, those cops get so much shit. We were sitting at a desk on the phone. You know, like every one of those people have like COPD. I can't imagine John Travolta being trapped underneath those rocks. This would have been a weird movie for John Travolta.
Who was it before John Travolta? The first
Mel Gibson.
Mel Gibson.
Yeah, they
I'm
definitely.
sure he would have loved it.
Mel Gibson or Kevin Costner, they definitely would have got into some Jewish conspiracy theories. Some Mel Gibson tapes, he goes pretty hard on the Jews. That's why he's not in movies anymore.
Man, and poor Caleb just trying to get through his set. And we had that anti-Semite in the crowd at the open mic.
Oh, dude. That guy was Jewish. The guy next to him was.
Yeah, the guy next to him.
That was rough. With people just walking through. I guess I have ADD too much for to keep going when somebody walks through.
It's just because the game. The other nights,
well, it started early. It calmed down. It seemed like it towards the end where people weren't walking through as much. It was just because it was early and a lot of people were getting there, and still people ordering pizza and walking through. Ooh.
What? What?
Getting real prophetic on us there, I guess. He said, God made a curtain with the smoke, shielding us from what we're not ready to see. Is that her to-do list? You can't
I guess
die.
getting ready for a baby or something, I think.
You can't die. You can't die. You haven't finished all the shit you gotta do.
What? Okay. What is the scene?
They do a lot of like. Everybody always has woodworking hobbies in movies, and they never use power tools. Isn't that thing in, I guess, Criminal Minds, that dude's always building a boat out of hand by hand?
Mm-hmm. No, I think that's NCIS.
Yeah.
NCIS. Watched that one with my dad. And it's in his basement, and there's like no way he could ever get it out. Like, it's basically a ship in a bottle.
Yeah. Comes with a house.
Yeah.
Nick Cage pretending like he's ever used a saw. Oh,
and
shit.
teaching someone.
Yeah, I almost forgot. So in my Google News or whatever now, being overwhelmed by Nick Cage, I found out.
Oh, those algorithms.
I found out Adrian Balboa is Nick Cage's aunt. I guess that's what she's in all the Godfathers, because Francis Ford Coppola is the director or whatever of Godfather. And Nick Cage is in 3.
In Godfather Part 3?
Yeah, I think he's got a real small part in Godfather 3. And Adrian is his aunt. And I guess Sofia Coppola is an actress, and that's his cousin. And then Adrian's 2 sons are actors too. I don't remember her real name, so I just call her Adrian.
Acting's definitely a family racket. If you can get in and survive long enough to have some kids.
Yeah.
Barrymore's, which I don't know anything about her parents, especially her father, I just know was an actor or whatever, Drew Barrymore.
Yeah. I always forget her son's name, but he's in quite a bit of stuff. It's Mark something.
Whose son?
Adrian Balboa's, whatever. I'll look up her real name.
Adrian Balboa. He's like, oh, my wife.
Talia Rose Shire, okay. Yeah, this dude, Jason Schwartzman, is her son.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
So then that's Nick Cage's cousin.
Yeah.
Okay. Damn.
I don't think we haven't got to any of the movies that his son is in with him yet, but his ex-wife was in Next when we watched that. Alice Kim was in that. She just puts a necklace on a lady.
Everybody in this family started just these little roles. That's all you need is a little role to get started.
Of course, yeah. Of course, that's Jake Gyllenhaal's sister, right?
Maggie?
Yeah. Yeah. These women are going to go move all those rocks. First shopping. Trying to think what he's in. I think it might be Independence Day or some shit.
He's in a lot of stuff, that's for sure.
Yeah.
The most recent thing I'm thinking of him being in, though, he plays just like a dummy. Like,
Yeah. I think that's usually what he plays, but
we left our cell phones.
with no phone. But yeah, you know 2 seconds before you get out the door whether you forgot your phone now.
Mm-hmm.
Get in the car.
They're like, all right, we drove through the red light. All right, chill out.
There's a dude in here that says this is Port Authority Hustler.
Oh, I bet I know who they're talking about.
Brad William Hinkey is the dude's name.
The Hustler.
No, the big dude that we were trying to think of. Oh, Manhunt. That's what I know him from. He's in the new Manhunt where they do the Olympic bombing. Have you seen that one? Mm-hmm. It's on.
Oh no. I guess the one I'm thinking of, he like bombed a park or something.
So there's a TV show and a movie, both about him. Well, it's like a park. It's like a music festival outside of the Olympics or something like that. I think it was in like 96 or something.
And he was like a security guy or...
Well, they thought it was that guy.
Okay, I saw those clips.
Yeah. So
I haven't seen that, but I did want to watch it.
He plays like a white separatist dude or some shit like that that's helping the actual bomber. And he's in Split. Mm-mm. And he's in Arkansas. You seen that one? Mm-mm. It's not bad. Vince Vaughn's in it.
What's it got to do with our state?
Selling drugs.
I knew it. There's a show about that too.
There's a HBO documentary. What is it? Is it Clinton? That's up. Yeah, I think it takes place in Clinton, and it's all about meth. Apparently, they have a serious meth problem there.
Yeah, whatever the show is, I remember it's got Jason Bateman in it.
What, the Ozarks?
Oh, Ozarks. Yeah, that's the one I'm thinking of.
They're in Missouri in that, I think,
really?
for most of it. But yeah, I mean,
I never watched it. I just hear the Ozarks. I assumed it was us.
No. Yeah, they're in a lake in Missouri, I think.
Gotta smell that Nick Cage smell.
Yeah, I think he is a prison guard in the Orange is the New Black. Apparently, there's a MacGyver remake. Mm-hmm. He's in Bright. Bright wasn't a bad movie. Like I liked how they just didn't build like the world up around it. You know what I mean? Like, it seems like they could do.
That was the Will Smith, orc cop movie. Yeah,
with elves and shit like that. But they don't get into any of the like how it happened or anything like that shit like that. Really, it seems like they could do like a good series with that. Like,
building up the magic, just building a magic system. People would be interested in
They
that.
probably can't afford Will Smith for that many movies, though.
For sure. Well, then
Kill him.
he's not in it.
I was about to say that's what they do in the new Independence Day remake. They just
Really?
he died in a training accident in the
Oh wow.
jet. He's not in it at all. They just make his kid. Everybody else is in it though. Bill Pullman and
Jeff
the kids.
Goldblum?
And, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I watched it.
They
not too long
randomly
ago.
make the scientist gay for no reason.
Are you talking about Brent Spiner or?
The old guy with the long hair that gets
that's Brent
choked in the
Spiner.
first one. Yeah. Yeah, they just in the first one. There's no mention of him being gay at all.
Yeah, I mean, there's just no
in the-
mention of his relationship status at all. Like, in any
And
way.
the second one, they're just like, let's make him gay.
Brent Spiner's great.
Cool.
He played Data on Star Trek Next Generation.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's a huge sci-fi like.
They pull
Focus.
a real Bert and Ernie on that situation. On that one. They're retroactively gay. No, he's in Fury. He's in all kinds of shit. The Bridge was good. There's two different versions of it. Have you seen that? It's like,
This guy.
yeah. The Bridge. There's a woman murdered, and she's like laying on the New Mexico United States or the Mexico United States border. Like her body's purposely like laid on right on the line. So it's like a Mexican detective and a FBI agent or whatever that's trying to solve it together.
So there was Flight 93, but that wasn't the one that hit the Pentagon.
No, that's the one that went down in the field. I think it was headed for Camp David.
Right.
And I think they say that was the one that was one terrorist short, and they were able to overpower them. But they say that the wreckage is so spread out that thing probably blew up in the air, which means we shot it down. Which would probably be the right thing to do. It's
Man,
just
have you seen The Boys?
I've watched the first season. I kind of started watching the second season. It's like
In the first season, do they have the scene where they're on the plane and he's like, there's no way for me to stop this plane. And they're like, just get under it and push it. And he's like, against what? I have to push against the ground. He's like telling these little kids and shit. And that he's gonna save them, and then they're like, the adults are like, "Hey, he's just gonna leave us," and he's like, eyes get all bright. He's like, "Sit the fuck, whatever." So in the show, it's just a random terrorist hijacking. In the actual comic book that comes from, it's 9/11.
oh really?
Like the superheroes went to basically stop 9/11, and then they're just like, we can't.
Yeah.
Like, and so he just like lasers the plane in air.
So that's another conspiracy thing is the Simpsons, Alex Gray, the artist, and then that I think she's Brazilian. That what is it, Baba Wagner or whatever? You know who I'm talking about? The female Notre Dame. Okay, so she made all kinds of predictions. I think she died in like the 80s or early 90s or mid 80s or something like that. But she was blinded in an accident, and then she claimed to be able to start seeing the future and stuff like that. And she says our American brethren is steel bird is going to hit the Twin Towers or something like that, and she predicts it before it happens. I think she's dead before 9/11, but she predicts that the plane's going to hit it. I think there's an episode of The Simpsons where
There seems to be an episode of The Simpsons for anything, which is a conspiracy of its own.
yeah, which I don't think I think they just show a picture of the Twin Towers smoking like a plane hit it or something like that. And then the artist Alex Gray, who's into psychedelics and has his own Christian mushroom religion thing going on in New York. Apparently he has some artwork where
This is the artist for The Simpsons, or just
he's just an artist.
Okay,
yeah,
I got you.
But yeah, apparently he has some artwork that showed a plane hitting the Twin Tower before.
Well, and we've
before
talked about
9/11.
the Denver airport and some of the stuff that people say about it too. So
yeah, that's all
definitely a bunch of art
Satan worshiper
conspiracies.
shit. Yeah. Yeah. That's like those weird precognition, like things like that. Which, if you look into her predictions, like some of them haven't came true, but some of them are scary as shit. Like she says, like Europe will be taken over by Muslims by 2030, and then like she says I think by like 2100 there won't be any governments anymore. Like she has some weird ones. They're kind of hard to find though. But Ancient Aliens did an episode on her, which was pretty cool.
Was it on her, like on like prophetics and stuff?
Well, yeah, there was a chunk on her. I don't know if the whole episode was.
I can find that. I love going back and watching all the Ancient Aliens anytime. Yeah. Still reading through Chariot of the Gods right now.
Oh, yeah.
I got it for the book, and then I didn't read it before writing it, so
yeah,
use it for later stuff.
Yeah, I've been meaning to go back and read. I don't really like. I know the story so well because I've heard Graham Hancock do college talks on it and stuff like that. But he's got a book called War Gods that's about Hernan Cortez taking over the Aztecs, and it's a badass like historical fiction book.
Oh yeah,
so like it's.
That definitely sounds cool.
He keeps all the actual historic events that you can account for or are accurate. He just kind of fills in the blanks with fiction, but it's a badass story. The way they have him talking in this is strange. Yeah, that Netflix movie that he's in is pretty cool. It's a twist on a alien movie. Because it looks like basically AI takes over the world but they are in human form. And then it looks like they're getting invaded again, but the invaders are humans coming back to take over the AIs. But the AIs don't know they're AI.
What's the name of the movie?
I'll look. I can't. But
I think it's funny. Like you don't really even see Nick Cage's face in this very much.
No, he was probably on this film for like a day.
Yeah.
Michael Pena's been killing it. Extinction, I think, is the Netflix one. Yeah, I forgot he's a bad dude in Observe and Report too. He's pretty funny in that one. Mm-hmm. Oh shit. We're alive in hell.
Someone was real proud of that.
Yeah. This sucks that they have that shit in their mouth the whole time. Keep doing it. Well, that guy's in some shit too.
All these people in this seem like real reluctant to like help.
Yeah.
Like the dude earlier was like, "Let me just go find some help."
They're way down there.
If he just didn't see him, like, sorry, I guess you're not there.
Yeah.
Like,
It's like the fucking cops left us.
well, they died.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot the guy that was like, just let me go get help. Got smashed.
Or shot himself. Or
His gun
did
was pointing
something.
up.
I know. I feel like maybe they just didn't want to show it, but
Yeah.
they wanted us to know that that's a story from this.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, people were jumping out of the building, so it's not unbelievable.
You remember people were trying to like jump out with like sheets of plywood or something, trying to catch wind.
Oh, really? No.
Use them as like parachutes on the way down. If I was working in a building on like the 100th floor, I would probably have like a base jumping suit on. There was a Instagram model chick that does a lot of like hanging off cliffs and buildings and shit like that died like not too long ago.
That was her thing, was jumping and
she
stuff.
was like hanging off the edge of a cliff and slipped, and she didn't even fall that far. I think it was only like 15 feet. She just landed on something, I guess, or landed on a rock or something and killed her. The amount of people that die these days taking selfies is ridiculous. They just walk off shit and walk in front of cars and trying to take a selfie with a fucking bear. That usually goes bad.
And then even just playing Pokemon Go, not even trying to take a selfie.
Oh shit! I almost shot some people when the Pokemon Go first came out. There were some people in my yard. We were like, taking pictures of my house and shit. And I was like, "What the fuck are y'all doing?"
Yeah,
we're playing Pokemon. And I was like, "Oh,
you don't take pictures. You don't even take pictures."
Yeah. But that's what I got out of my
kids or
no, they were fucking
they're
adults.
casing the place, bro. Straight up.
No, they were like holding their camera, like they were like walking around with their camera, like I guess trying to find Pokemon or whatever. But they were like looking at my house. But they were walking around the neighborhood, and then once I figured out what they were doing, I noticed like 3 or 4 more people walking around the neighborhood doing it. I was like,
yeah,
this is ridiculous. I definitely had some friends that got carried away with it.
So much of this is just getting the right people there for the job.
I was about to say, I don't know what you would be able to do without a freaking crane or some type of equipment. That dude's in some vampire shit. I can't think of what. That
I'm
cop.
trying to get a good look at his face.
That cop. Yeah, he's.
Like this whole movie, you basically don't see anyone's face that well because it's just covered in soot. And
I remember that dude being in some vampire shit. He's in Premium Rush, that one with Joseph Gordon-Levitt, where he's on a bicycle the whole time. He's the bad guy in that. He's a pretty good bad guy in that because he's got like a gambling problem. He's a cop with a gambling problem. And he starts betting on some Chinese game that he doesn't even know how to play. He's in Blade. That's what the fuck he's in.
hell yeah. They've got a new Blade animated series that's supposed to be coming out.
They're remaking the actual Blade too, but it's not going to be Wesley Snipes. I don't think.
Right. And that'll be Disney's Marvel doing all that.
Really? So it won't be cool.
I mean, it was Marvel the first time. Just
yeah, but it was like R-rated before.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I don't think it's going to be that.
But maybe they'll do it like Deadpool. Like Deadpool's R-rated.
Yeah. Blade would definitely be another title that you can do.
Being a real Karen right now.
Mm-hmm.
Got the haircut and everything. They didn't see that coming in 2006, did they? This is going to be problematic in 2021. She's like, if you weren't a cop, I would call the cops and tell them there's a black person harassing me.
So I got one guy out.
Dude, there is a YouTube video that it was like a top 10 gun accidents caught on camera or some shit. And it was like a really serious freaking video. And then it gets to one, and it's a black, a big black guy who's like he's either a detective or something, like he's in plain clothes, but he gets in an elevator and for some reason pulls his gun out and like looks at it and then puts it back. When he goes to put it back, the gun goes off and it shoots him.
Oh wow.
But the freaking voice narrating, like all of them have been dead serious the whole time. And then he's like, we don't really know why he pulled his gun, but we think he might have seen his own reflection and saw a black man with a gun.
Oh, Jesus.
But it catches you so off guard because it's all serious up into that point, and you're just like, holy shit. Those are the best ones. He crawled all the way down there and took a drink himself. I know you've been down here for a long time, but I'm thirsty.
Oh, they got the older guy out. They got Cage out.
Did they?
I thought they were saying that they got one guy out and they had someone further down. But I thought Nick Cage was further down.
They got that damn Jaws of Life in there?
Something. I thought, say it's like, oh yeah. I thought he was going to do the opposite. I'm getting out of here.
Got a crazy EMT. That's it. On Bringing Out the Dead, Nick Cage plays the EMT who's having like a psychotic break.
They didn't even know he's down there.
No, they thought the dead dude was.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Said, okay, fuck, bro.
Use the jaws of life on his fucking leg. That'd be crazy. Because I think it pinches too. Oh. Oh, God.
She's gonna make a scene.
Nope, there's Karen. They got him.
Not gonna lie, man, when they found him and they were like started communicating with the guys on the outside, felt that. When they found out that when she was in the car and they found out he was still alive, felt that.
Yeah, I was on one of those like that for like 4 hours when this sucked. Not as bad as being under those rocks, though. Oh shit, they're passing him. Okay.
Yeah, they're a fire line for his body right now.
Nick Cage didn't do a whole lot of acting and stuff in this movie. He's doing a lot of laying there with his eyes closed.
The shot is so weird. Like
I know it's
like
blurry,
focused only on his eye and that side of his nose.
I was thinking the same thing. I don't think I did the box office on this thing. Had a budget. I think it's an estimated budget of $65 million. Opening weekend, it did $18.7 million. U.S. and Canada gross is $70 million. worldwide gross is 163.2 million. So it's made some money. I think Michael Pena was nominated for some supporting actor awards too, but I don't think he actually won.
Wow, why would you just be throwing shit though? Why would you be doing that? Like, I just feel like any little thing.
Yeah. Yeah, at that point, I would be like, I'd gone crazy already.
Yeah.
If I was stuck under there for that long.
Man, look at his freaking badge was like melted. You're not going to be happy right now.
Ugh. Oh man, that sucked. He probably hasn't had circulation to his legs for a while or something.
Yeah.
She said, you didn't die. You don't get a choice.
Oh shit. There's another big sci-fi actor right there.
Oh, sucking rocks out of your mouth. Ugh. This dude got a toothpick in his mouth. There's a UFC fighter named Benson Henderson, and he would fight with a toothpick in his mouth. And
That's
like
so
he would
stupid.
It like he'd done it like 2 or 3 times, and they like in the middle of a fight he would like show it like every once in a while. And you're like, has that been there this whole time? You're like, if you get punched with a toothpick in your mouth and swallow that damn thing, that can't be good.
Or just have it like go through your lip or something.
Oh yeah.
Splinter inside your mouth? No thanks.
Yeah, it would add a little bit of insult to injury if you get your jaw dislocated with a damn toothpick in the inside of your mouth. Or shit, if you just get choked out and you wake up with take a deep breath with a toothpick in your mouth. Oh, he's seeing shit.
No shit, like faded in, got me. I was like, all right, it's about to do something, and then shit, there she was. Having not heard him talk for a minute, that accent.
Usually whatever accent he's doing, when he starts yelling, he'll drop it a little bit. It's hard to keep that going. And Looks like they're getting real fancy with the shots.
Yeah.
Some dream sequences and stuff.
Yeah. A little dreamy.
Never like it's about to die and it was hallucinating some crazy shit where it was like midget strippers and like nobody ever says that shit right before. Oh, I knew she was gonna bring that up. That list. So the kitchen's not finished yet. You can't die.
That and then immediately the other one's wife is like, no, we're naming it the name you wanted. And like, he sure got his nose twisted up in there.
Yeah. Oh man. Seems like they got a lot of like filler shots here. Really dragging this movie out.
I kind of get it though. Like they're kind of trying to show the perspective from everybody. You know, like, and part of that is going to be literally just waiting. She's just waiting.
Yeah.
So we're just waiting.
We'll say there's thousands of these same stories going on for everybody. At free fall speed. What the conspiracy theorists say.
What if the World Trade Centers were a hologram the whole time?
People weren't even really in there. Well, that's the amount of people that they say, like the amount of people that didn't show up for work today ahead of time that on 9/11. Then Seth MacFarlane was supposed to be on one of the planes that flew.
Someone was telling me that just today.
Yeah.
Because it's 9/11 right now.
They thought Chevy Chase had died in it. I remember that from being in 8th grade. There was just somebody named Chevy Chase on one of the planes. It wasn't him. But at first, like, everybody was like, oh shit, Chevy Chase was... That is kind of fucked up that everybody was like, thank God it was that other guy. Not
Yeah.
You know, thank God it wasn't that guy we like to watch on TV.
Just some regular Chevy. Is that Gimli?
That was the dude from The Longest Yard. Like the second dude.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't know this story, so like I wasn't sure he was gonna make it.
Yeah, no, me neither. I was there for a second. I was pretty sure he was gonna die.
Yeah. Oh, his fingers all. This looks fucked up. Maybe it's not that fucked up. It just looks that way. Now they're all like, let's get the fuck off this thing.
Yeah.
Everybody starts jumping and clapping and it starts like coming down.
I know. Like all these people are just
Damn, look at this line.
standing
Like,
around. I know. That's what I'm saying. All these people are standing around. There's got to be more people. Gotta be.
yeah, more people that are trapped or whatever.
Yeah. When do you think you're gonna get to the kitchen? She's gonna go to the doctor. Now, how soon before you can finish this to-do list?
I brought it with me just so you could remember.
No, that's wild. I don't even know where Building 7 is in relation to all that stuff.
I'm pretty sure it's not. Well, never mind. I guess
Yeah, I don't
it's
think it
like
was
across
connected.
the street.
Yeah.
Like it's not
Yeah.
connected to the main building.
Oh no, the dog's hurt.
What? It's like, let me get a dog.
Recovering alcoholic.
Yeah, recovering paramedic.
Like, I got one guy out, I'm going home.
This guy's straight up, no, I'm not coming home. I'm going to war.
Yeah.
A boat out on the water. Little cat, missing cat poster. Amongst all that.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't see it.
It's a snowflake missing.
Oh, that's wild.
Yeah, there it is. It's right behind this guy. It says snowflake.
Oh, yep.
Okay, I was about to say, that sure made it look like they died.
Yeah. Nick Cage faking a limp.
He was just working on that limp earlier in the movie.
Yeah.
They recorded that scene after this one. He still kind of had the limp in him.
He's limping too.
I mean, they fucked up.
Yeah. Nick Cage narrating.
He's not narrating. He's reading his own book.
$2,749 people died. 87 countries. 343 the New York City firemen, 84 were Port Authority, another 23 New York City police officers. Yeah. Only 20 people were pulled out alive. Holy.
And they were almost the last ones.
Yeah, 18 and 19. 8 surgeries in 13 days.
Yeesh. John's put into a coma. 6 weeks. New York, New Jersey. What about the paramedic?
That dude went on a bender.
Like no other.
All right. Well,
Not
that
a
was
bad movie for the day.
Not a bad one. All right. Well, that was World Trade Center. Thanks for watching the Cage Against the Machine podcast, and we'll see you next time.